Hey, welcome back to another Just 5 Mins. How can I keep going on this thing, you ask? Does anybody ask? Can't hear anything. Anyway, never mind. It's all a bit of fun, isn't it? Well, I was just about to say, for this episode, there's no AI involved, but sadly there is. I mean, I think there is in everything, isn't there? But it's more of a productivity type of thing, which uses AI, but it isn't. So it's for the everyday person. You know, you don't have to know code, you don't have to know anything. But I've actually found it weirdly an interesting avenue, because the whole point about software computer dictation has been around for a long time. I don't know, those old enough will maybe remember, what was it called, Dragon Speak or something, way back, way long time ago. And even other software packages. I always remember when the Intel Pentium first came out. That's a long time ago, the very first one. And you know, there was software to do voice control of devices and things like that. But I don't know, they worked to a degree and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, but this, what I've got, there's two applications actually. Both are free, by the way. As you'd expect, there are paid versions, but the free one you can get so far, and it's actually quite good. I mean, depending on how much you use them. And ultimately, it's get away from your keyboard and use your voice. Even lazier than having to type. But I actually find that, you know, maybe it's just me, or I don't know, ADHD or something, I don't know. But I can type relatively quick, but it's almost like my brain's going at so many miles in the wrong direction, I might add, but my brain's going at so many miles per hour, but my fingers on the keyboard can't seem to keep up. So anyway, what I've got, two applications. The first one was Whisper, spelt W-I-S-P-R. I'll put the links in the show notes. And I tried that because it was available on Windows. Okay. And it's basically an app that sits in it. It's got a little icon bar, sort of just floats above your taskbar. By the way, this is also available for Mac and now actually Android and iOS, I believe, as well. Okay, so it's all the main platforms, mobile and desktop. And ultimately, it's quite clever wherever you've got a text input. So the good thing is, it's not application specific. It's not Windows specific in that way, as in it doesn't need the Windows OS type stuff. Wherever there's a text box, whenever you tab into a text box, and I'm finding it really useful in VS Code for my coding stuff, but also simply if I'm in Outlook or whatever your flavor of email is, you know, you can literally just set up a hotkey. I think I've got Control and Tab or something. And you just hold it down while you're talking. And yes, it uses AI because it is clever to do, and especially in my case where I'm going, you know, all those sorts of things. And, you know, even the weird pauses or the repeating of words or correction of words, it's clever enough to work that out. Okay. And as soon as you let go of those hotkeys, you can put it on dictation mode or something where you click it once and it records and then you click it again. But I find that just holding down those hotkeys while I'm talking works for me the best. But the idea is, once you let go, and it's very quick, it's translated it, and it's really clear, it's really accurate. It's taken out all those corrections, ahs, and whatever it might be. So it's really cool. Now, I also then saw another one, and there's lots of these, I'm sure, but there was another one called Typeless. Okay, again, I'll put the links in the notes below. They're both very good. I can't, you know, rate them highly enough, but I went with Typeless because at the time Whisper was doing a really good job, but it didn't have an Android app, and I use Android. I mean, if you use iOS, they've got those as well. But Typeless did, and Typeless is again really good, but on an Android, and I think on iOS as well, it sort of replaces your keyboard. And at first that sounds like a good idea because you can just talk, but there obviously are times when you need to talk and type for privacy maybe, or whatever. And so the Typeless one I found a bit annoying because I kept flicking. I've had to go into my Android settings and switch the keyboard back to my normal keyboard and things like that. But Whisper on the Android, which is only fairly recent, in the last I think towards the end of February 2026 it came out. The good thing is it all connects up, so your word phrases and your all your sort of usual things get synced between your desktop and your mobile. But the Whisper one, it sets up like similar sort of way to the desktop app. It sets up a floating bubble type of thing. That's how it gets around the Android OS, I guess. Is that, again, whenever you go into you can keep your normal keyboard. This is the benefit of Whisper over Typeless at the moment anyway. But you can keep your normal keyboard, and I'm guessing this is the same on iOS as well. So you can still type when you don't want to be talking, you know, so if it's privacy or just don't want to annoy people. But the good thing is when you do click into, like if you're sending an email or typing anything in Telegram, WhatsApp or whatever, you get this little bubble and you just tap it and it does the same as what the desktop app does. It records, it does all the corrections, takes out your pauses, your ums and ahs and all that sort of thing, and does the same thing. But the good thing is it works across everything, but you don't have to replace your keyboard on the Android. And again, because I'm working with it on the desktop, and again it's available for Mac and all the platforms, but like I say, it's free. Both of them are free and they're very good. They've got pro plans which give you more word dictations per week and all that sort of stuff. But I have to say, I think Typeless is really good, you know, and I like the idea that you can replace your keyboard with a completely voice enabled situation. But in reality, I was finding I really wanted to use my standard keyboard on my Android device or iOS as well. So Whisper really at the moment comes out on top for me. But yeah, it's using AI underneath. Of course, it's doing that translation and using AI to trim out all the rubbish that you know you have there. But it's really they're really cool. Weirdly, and I'm sure this is not just me, it takes a bit of getting used to. You know, when you're there and you're so used to using the keyboard, and of course in the past it might have been not that accurate with a lot of voice translation stuff or transcription, but seriously, Whisper and Typeless, you could look at both of them, but Whisper for me is working in my code editor, like I said, my Outlook or you know email client, wherever you've got an input box, you can just use this. And like I said, if you're doing anything more than a few lines, it is really nice because I can just let it go, talk to it, you know, and within a second or two, it's got it there, and away you go. So anyway, that's what I've got this time around. Really good productivity tools, I think. But just like flavors of ice cream, who knows? So that's what I've got, and have a good day or a good week wherever you are, and I will catch you on the next one, of course.